welcome Valkyries of Midgard. My name is Torres, and I'm here to give you 8 tips to be a good beta reader for writers and authors. These tips were made based on my experience with beta readers, and I hope they will help you make a good to great beta reader for writers and authors out there working on publishing their books. If you don't know what beta readers are, they are a person who reads a work of fiction before it is published in order to mark errors and suggest improvements, typically without receiving payment. Pretty easy to understand, right? Basically, you just point out what you think is wrong with the story, plot, character, arcs, growth, whatever. You are not an editor. You are not looking to fix grammar in the manuscript unless the writer and author ask you to look for grammar mistakes too. But mainly try to focus on what I just mentioned. Consistency in the story and everything else. Again, unless the writer-author says otherwise. Now that you all have an idea of what a beta reader is, let's talk about what makes a good beta reader. Tip number 1. Please read what you will be reading. The qualifications, genre, etc. Writers, authors may post something similar to a help wanted sign. They may be asking for your name, favorite genre, email for contacts, etc. Please read over these carefully and see if the story you might be beta reading is something up your alley and that you aren't just looking for something free to read and trash. Most likely a draft you will be reading is an earlier draft that may still need some work. So make sure you are helping the writer-author out, not screw them over once it's convenient to you. Tip number 2. Before you accept the story to beta read and the writer-author has chosen you to beta read their story, please make sure that you actually have the time to read it to completion. Pretty sure the last thing either parties need is you all of a sudden either taking too long to read or suddenly unable to read because you either have classes, jobs, kids, whatever. See if you have the time to read the story. Look over your schedule, make one, everything you need to make sure. Remember, writers, authors need your help to find what is wrong with their story so they can go and fix them, and call for a new batch of beta readers to see if there is any more wrong with the manuscript. You don't have the time, taking too long, whatever. You're not only wasting the writer's author's time, but now they will all have to try and find new beta readers to take your place, if they even can. Tip number 3. Once you accept the story and the writer-author has chosen you to beta read their story, begin reading. Don't be too fast, but don't take too long either. Pace yourself. Look over the story carefully. Mark the issues you've noticed with the manuscript, and let the writer-author know in a professional manner. Meaning, don't be a dick. Maybe you can be friendly if the writer-author is looking for a friend, as some are just looking for a more business relationship. Just try your best to read the writer-author and act accordingly. Hell, if you think you can get to the story better if you have a by date to work with, ask the writer if there is a deadline. If you think you will get to the manuscript faster, then they may provide you with a date, so just ask, okay? We aren't mind readers. Tip number 4. Don't just gush and don't just trash a manuscript. As a beta reader, you are there to look for what is wrong with the manuscript. Feel free to leave positive comments for the writer-author, praising them for what they wrote, how they wrote it, whatever. But remember why you are reading the story in the first place. If by the end you didn't find anything wrong, then in the questionnaire that the writer-author should be leaving for you when you finish beta reading for them, let them know that you didn't find anything wrong, glaring or otherwise. If the writer-author ends up trying to fight you on what you've said, leave them immediately, as it shows that they can't take any sort of criticism. Remember, please be respectful, courteous, and professionally well-mannered. Don't be a dick, and if they are a dick to you, just leave and never look back. Tip number 5. If something does come up and you are unable to continue reading the manuscript, or the manuscript is just not to your liking, please let the writer-author know immediately. Trust me when I say that we do prefer you honestly let us know what is up. Don't just up and leave without a word. Don't ghost us. That's just rude. Tip number 6. If you're able to finish reading the manuscript in its entirety, please answer the questionnaire the writer-author should have for you as detailed as you possibly can. We aren't looking for a wall of text of how you feel. Just tell us how you felt about characters, what did you think of the story, plot, and writing, whatever. And if you don't really have anything to say, then feel free to say so. But if you just don't have anything to say at all, then the writer-author will never accept your help again. Just saying. Tip number 7. Remember that when you do find something that you feel is off or could be better, remember that you are only making suggestions. The writer-author is the one writing the story, not you. You can always start your comment saying that you like what you saw, but can I suggest this? Allow the author to think what you said over and decide whether or not they like your suggestion. Don't be hurt if when they say I will think about it, because they really will be thinking about what you said. Don't just blurt out, I think this will be much better if you did it this way. It's not going to make us consider what you said. It's just going to make us ignore it and not accept you in the future. Lastly, tip number 8. This is just a plus, I think, but if you see that the author you are beta reading for is still looking for more beta readers, help out by spreading the word. Do you have friends that are looking for what you are reading? Are they in the story's target audience? Will they be as helpful and critical like you to better this manuscript? Spread the word. The more beta readers, the better. It gives writers authors enough feedback from various readers to better understand and fix our manuscript. This will really be helpful. Let's see, is that everything? Yeah, I think that's everything. And there you have it, my 8 tips that I think will help you be a good beta reader. So if you found these tips helpful, then please hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you want to stay up to date on my endeavors and want to support me, then please follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr. Links will be down below. Also, if you like me and my videos, then subscribe to my channel by hitting that subscribe button and that bell icon so that you can be notified every time I upload new videos. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing writing journey. Adios!